Hello YouTube, and a fine howdy do to everybody over on Twitch. Welcome to Captain Mac Live, the show where I sit here and bump my gums for as long as I can stand it, and you guys listen as long as you can stand it. How's everybody doing today? I see we've got a few folks on here already. Fishy Gaming is on, Pat is on, Ralph, Captain United. Both Fishy Gaming and Captain United are sponsors of the channel, so I want to send a special shout out and thank you to both of them right away. And start off with a bit of an apology here, guys. It's been a little while since I've done anything live or any videos or anything other than uploading a video of my daughter pretending that she was recording a YouTube video. And if you guys haven't seen that yet, it's absolutely adorable, and she rants just like her dad, so take an opportunity to look at that. Let me know in the comments there that everybody can hear me all right. My little OBS here is telling me that my microphone seems to be a little loud, so if it sounds too loud, let me know right now and I'll get that squared away for you, and then we can roll right into things. Let me tell you what's been going on a little bit. It's been really super busy around here. Man, I can't even... Man, it's just been crazy busy. So you guys know that I've been doing a lot of flying in DCS, hoping to start doing maybe some streams or videos on that in the near future. That's been taking up a lot of time. I upgraded my main monitor to a 4K 43-inch television screen. But it's been an absolute hassle and a nightmare. I couldn't record videos, I couldn't do live streams, I couldn't use VR. I mean, it was a nightmare. And finally I got tired of it this morning. I said, that's it, I'm done messing with it, and I'm just done with it. So I disconnected it, I'm taking it back, and that's it. I'm back to my normal monitors and hopefully get back on track with some stuff here. Also, just an FYI for everybody, my son, normally I work Sundays, and I took the day off because my son has been absolutely terribly sick for a little over a week now. I really feel bad for the guy, and he ended up with a condition in his lungs where his lungs are like spasming, and basically what could happen is his lungs could collapse. Like, that's just terrifying. So I took the day off today. I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow, obviously, but I took the day off today to help out with him a little bit, and also you know, Mama's got to do some stuff and somebody's got to keep an eye on him. So right now he's resting. Mama's here, she's gonna head out in a while and do her thing. And so obviously I can only live stream for so long because that's going to be the priority. So I want to give you guys a heads up, and if for some reason I just disappear all of a sudden while the plane's flying, that means something's going on with my son, and obviously that's the priority. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that and let you know. So yeah, just been crazy busy, and I do apologize, guys, but yeah, we're going to start getting back into the swing of things here. I have an old video I was working on editing. It's the Life of a Virtual Cargo Pilot video in the Captain Sim 757, and I started editing that, and that was on that new monitor. Man, even editing is just a pain in the butt on that thing. It's just too big. It's not going to work for me. So I did away with it, and that's going to be that. You may have noticed from the title down there, I have not even upgraded to 4.2 on my P3D yet. And some of you are probably thinking, what is wrong with you? Well, I mean, it's not like you just run an installer, right? There's a little bit of work that's got to be done and a lot of other stuff that's got to be updated as well, and I just haven't had any time for any of that stuff. So there we go. That's that, guys. Also, GSX is not working again. I have no idea why, so awesome on that. It's always something, isn't it? I tell you what, I got to be honest with you. If nothing else, I think I've reached a point of frustration with all of these sims. Same thing with DCS, FSX, P3D, and all the add-ons and stuff. It's just there's always something. Isn't it obnoxious how often you have to deal with some, and it's different for everybody? That's the part that really boggles my mind. I get that everybody's got different equipment and all of that stuff. That finally makes sense. Not finally. I read the word finally as, by Joshua wrote, yes, finally the CRJ. That makes sense to me. I get that everybody's got different equipment, but it's still everybody running the same program. So short of maybe memory issues and stuff like that, you know, programs like GSX, like, why is it not working now, right? And I've ranted about GSX before. Why is it not working now? All of a sudden, GSX doesn't want to work, right? So if I go on here, press my key, I just press the key, combination won't pop up. I mean, that's just stupid to me. Why is it not working now when it was working last time? I didn't change anything. I haven't added or subtracted anything from my sim, but all of a sudden it doesn't work. So yeah, that's just ridiculous to me, and you know, whatever. I've got a healthy rant for you here at some point about FS Labs. We'll talk about that. But in the meantime, I think we should probably go ahead and get started. Let's see. What do we got going on here? You guys can hear me fine. That's good. Fantastic. Really appreciate it. Twitch is showing the title is 737. I haven't updated Twitch yet. All right, let me update Twitch real quick here, guys. I keep forgetting that when I stream on both, you know, I got to go in here and I got to update what's going on over here. Oh, yeah, it's showing PMDG 737. I'll fix that right now. That'll take just a second. Let's do this. Now, this was a subscriber's request, and I don't know if he's a member of Mac Air or not. And since I don't know for sure, where's my edit button here? Oh, is it not going to let me? I don't think it's going to let me edit it while I'm I'm over on Twitch right now trying to edit the what do you call it? The title, but it's not letting me. Let me try one more thing here. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me edit the title over on Twitch, guys. That's kind of silly, huh? Can't edit it while I'm videos, clips. Yeah. And we got 4 folks over here viewing on Twitch, and I do appreciate y'all hopping on here. And I imagine some of you are probably on YouTube as well. But for some reason, this is not letting me make any changes. Does it say I need to log in? Maybe that's the issue. Oh yeah, it's saying I'm not logged in. Hold on, let me log in, then I'll edit it. There's the problem. You guys are probably like, really? You're doing this right now on a live stream? Yes, I am, because that's how I roll on live streams. We do whatever needs done. There we go, edit, and let's change this to that. Done. And it should update. So if you guys are watching on Twitch right now, refresh it, and it should, well, it should update, but it doesn't appear to be updating. Let's try this one more time. Paste. Done. I don't know. I don't think it's going to update while I'm streaming. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to. So if you're watching on Twitch, it's not a 737 from PMDG. It is the Aerosoft CRJ, and it won't let me update it for some reason. But anyway, all right, moving on, because we're losing viewers already because I'm farting around. So anyway, been super busy. I do apologize, but hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things. Now, we don't have a full flight tutorial in this aircraft yet. Because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. So there you have it. So we're going to hop on the flight deck. We're going to get started here right from the very get-go. We are cold and dark, as is the case unless we have a full flight tutorial, right? Lightning, hello, how are you? Super laggy over on Twitch. YouTube's doing good. Okay. Well, it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, right? Okay, so let's start off with our safety check here. Circuit breakers, again, modeled in here, right? Modeled means that there's a visual appearance of them, but simulated means they actually work. So, for example, in the Majestic, there we go, Majestic -8 Q400, this, if you have the Pro Edition, the circuit breakers actually work, which means you have to check them, because if they're popped out, then something won't work properly, right? That's not the case here. In this case, they're modeled, which means you can see them, but they don't work. Okay, moving on. Nose wheel steering switch is off. Now, I cannot guarantee that I'm going to remember where everything is or how to do everything, but we're going to give it a shot here, right? Hydraulics, that's up top here. Let's hop up so you can see these all need to be off, which is the center position, just so you guys know. So down is auto, except for this one here. Down would be on, and then up would be just the on position for the rest of them. So we're going to leave those off right now. Landing gear lever needs to be down, which I'm sure it is. I haven't even checked my controls yet. Like, I don't know if my controls are going to work, right? We're going to find out for sure here in a little bit. But they should. If not, we'll pop up FSU IPC real quick and figure it out. Landing gear lever is down. Flight spoilers, that's these guys right here, at 0. Radar is off. ADG manual release is stowed. That's this guy down here. Hey, I remembered where that one was. Emergency flap switch is normal. We haven't messed with any of that, so it should be normal. Battery master switch needs to come on. And before I flip it on real quick, let me ask you guys, you think we should go with external power on this one, or should we go with APU for this one? Oh, wait a minute. I just went to the CRJ Lightning. We're going to have a little talk about FS Labs here today, aren't we? We're gonna have a little talk about FS Labs. Any thoughts though, guys? Any thoughts on whether or not to run the APU? I've only got one ESA in it, so I guess we're gonna go with the APU. I just got a notification that somebody did something. Colbert is now following. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, there it is popping up for you guys now. Fantastic. Okay, so APU it is. So let's see if I can remember how to do things. I remember the APU is a bit of a pain in the butt on this thing. But let's start with getting the battery master on. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. There we go. Battery master coming on. APU and AC electrics as required. So for the APU, if I remember, you click this one. And I don't recall if that was all you do or what. Shouldn't that... No, that doesn't fire it up, does it? No, we got to click the start button, I think. We just got another notification too. Let me see. Give a second. That'll pop up here. Start stop. There we go. Starting. Captain Frag just subscribed. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of my subscribers. For those of you who are new as a subscriber, you will note that I really love my subscribers. I think you guys are fantastic. So, APU should be starting up now, right? Yeah, there it is. Now it's coming on. Fantastic. There we go. APU kicking in. So, listen, I just want to throw this out there. Still got the donation drive going down there for the throttle quadrant. You can see we're at like 5%. Some really generous donations there. I really appreciate it. If you can't donate, don't worry about it. If you don't want to donate, don't worry about it. It is what it is, guys. But anybody who is willing, able, and desires to donate, well, I would appreciate it very much. And hopefully eventually we'll get to the point where we can buy a new throttle quadrant and stop having problems with this piece of junk that I have now. Alright, open door first, then start. And that was the left one. And that was the inlet door, right? That's what this one here is. This opens the inlet door, right? Pretty sure it does. Let's hop outside and see. Yes, it did. Inlet door is open. Fantastic. Good afternoon, Giuliano. Great to have you here. Run its APU without external power. Well, actually, Lightning, all aircraft can do that. They don't need external power to run the APU. That you can start the APU on the battery, as far as I know. Okay, let's move on here so we don't take too long. IRS switches need to be to nav. Those are way down here. I believe, right? Yep. Right click each of these once. There we go. IRS switches to nav. Emergency equipment is checked. Gear and safety pins on board. My nose itches. Airplane documents are checked. Hydraulic 3A pump as required. We're just going to leave it as is, and that takes us into the FMC initialization. But before I do that, let's hop over here and have a talk with Dave.
My name is Dave. I'm ready. Are you ready too?
New series, you talking about the next, Ken Boys, you talking about the next flight in the worst place to be a virtual pilot? Okay, payload and fuel is where I'm going to go first. Our flight plan calls for 56 packs, I believe it is. Let me pop it up for you guys here and for myself. And you can see that I've switched it. I selected that option so that the sound stays on when when I change to a different screen. Okay, there's the flight plan. So right now you see it's telling us that we're overweight because it went to full fuel here. You can see with our flight plan, let me jump on here so you can see my mouse. So you can see we're scheduled for 6,016 pounds of fuel. Now, I do not use the CRJ manager because the fuel has always really kind of given me a rough time there. And we are also going to add extra fuel on top of this. So I'm going to go around 8,000 pounds, give or take a little bit, right? You can see we're scheduled for 55 packs, 2385 on the cargo. It's at 56 packs here. Let's bring the cargo up a little bit. 2385, so 2389 is going to be us. So we're just a little bit over the top of what it's calling for. And then for fuel, instead of going with 6,016, I'm going to go with 8,000. It's going to put us at 8687. That's what I'm going to go with there. So set payload and fuel. And then see how it says takeoff trim, center of gravity, right? Set it again. There you go. I don't know why, but you have to do it twice. Same thing with copying data to performance initialization. I'm going to hit it once, and then I'm going to click it again, and hopefully that'll work. But I'm going to leave this page up just in case. So there you have the flight plan there. I don't think we need to leave that up all day. We'll pop that back down there. And let's hop back over here and take a look at our FMC. And just for good measure, let me see what's going on in the comments in case anybody's got anything special to say. It looks like Lightning. Well, I don't know what you put up there, but it's got your comment held for review. Oh no, I see what it is. Yeah, we can show that. That's fine. Your Dave doesn't do that, Ram? Doesn't do what? Chasey, hi, great to have you here. Okay, let's jump right in, guys. Position initialization, set position. We're going to go to page 2. We're going to grab the GNS position rather than the FMS. Go back over to page 1, put it there. Bam, just like that. Real simple. We could put in the airport. I don't think I even mentioned yet, did I? I know it says in the title, but we're going to go from Joplin, Missouri, the regional airport out there, to DFW. So that's our flight for the day. So we can actually put that in here. We can put KJLN, I think it is. Yep, JLN. KJLN. That's our reference airport there. There we go. And you can see there's a difference between that and the current position because this is the center of the airport. Let's go to the next page here. We're good on that, and we're good to go. So let's go to flight plan. And KJLN. Let's keep checking that one. It just seems weird to me. Joplin to DFW. And I'll get over to the comments here in a minute in case anybody's got questions for me or something like that. There we go. And then the weather over here today is 200 degrees at 3 knots, and our options for runways are runway 36 and 31 if memory serves. Yeah, 36 and 31. We're going to take runway 31. They're pretty much the same length. It's really the only difference is the width, but 31 is closer to 200 than 36 is, so a little less crosswind for us. So originating runway is going to be runway 31. Put that right here. And I don't think I'm going to put an alternate in. I don't really care. Flight number is going to be 2336. There we go. And then let's go to next page. And of course there's a discontinuity. So, something just beeped at me. As far as our flight plan goes, we're going, there is no departure out of Joplin, right? So we're just going to be going direct. Let me just adjust something over here. We're going to be going direct out of here. Hold on, we got something over here. The FMC format is similar, Lightning, to the Boeing. Similar, not quite the same though. Confused on the flight plan. I've now heard of 2 different places to grab your ISA and wind data, or data at top of flight plan near the. You're gonna have to clarify what you're actually asking for there, Cody. Doesn't do that introduction. Oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know why yours doesn't do that. I have an update. Oh, well, there was an update to this. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on here. So we're going to be going direct to EOS, right? And so if we want to go direct, we put it on this side. So it's E. Oh, I put E twice, didn't I? Here, let's get that out. Hey, guess what? My controls are working. That's good to know. Or maybe they are. We'll go direct to EOS. And then from EOS, it's going to be Victor 13. Now, this has us set up to fly at like 17,000 feet the whole way. That's not going to happen, just so you know. Victor 13. And then that's going to take us to RZC. Romeo Zulu Charlie. There we go. And then from there, it's Q21. Q21, that's an airway. That's a, just so you guys know, that's a GPS jet airway. That's what the Q stands for. And that's going to Jones, J-O-N-E-Z. Find the J there. There we go. Out to Jones. And then that's going to take us on to our arrival from there. And of course, we haven't done departure and arrival yet. Let's execute this for the moment. And then let's go to our departure arrival page. And there's no departure, but we are going to use runway 31. Whoops. Put that back in there, my bad. Execute that. And then let's go back to our departure arrival index and go to our arrival over here, which is going to be the Kane 2. I keep wanting to go down here for next page because that's where it's at in the Boeing aircraft. So Kane 2 transition will be at Jones, and then I don't know what runway we're going to be using yet. So we'll execute that, go back over to flight plan, and let's see, what are we looking at here? Wrong one. No, flight plan. Oh, I need legs page, duh. Legs page, there we go. Runway 31, and then there's a discontinuity. We're going to go direct to EOS, so let's just grab that and put it right where the discontinuity is. Execute that. And it looks like we're straight through on there to Jones, and then it's got Jones twice, right? So this one's for the star, so I want to grab this one and replace this Jones here, and that way we've only got one. Execute that, right? So Jones appears one time now and takes us directly onto the star, out to Kane, Sassy. We'll look at all that when we look at our arrival and so on, and there we go. That pretty much takes care of that, right? So now we can go to performance initialization. Now, all of that information should be in here, but for some reason it's not, right? So let's jump back over to Dave real quick and let's hit this again. Copy data to performance initialization. I clicked it twice. There it is. Now it's in there all of a sudden. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So we're going to try flight level 330. It's a short flight, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get there or not. Does it work if you put FL 330, I wonder? I'm just wondering, or do you got to type in all the zeros every time? Nope, that worked. Okay, so execute that. VNav setup. Now, maybe. There we go. So remember with this, guys, there's no auto throttle in this aircraft. So really, as far as speed and stuff like that is concerned, it's up to you to manage it, because there's no auto throttle to manage it for you. So really, to me, this is more reference information than anything. All right. And that's it. We should be done with our FMC setup, right? So if we put this one on the takeoff page, right? There is no takeoff page because it doesn't work that way in this one. I think you're supposed to put this one on the VNav page, and then this one would be on the progress page. If I can find it. There we go, progress page. And my brain went blank for a second here. Hold on, let me get my act together. Okay, let's move on with our checklist. How about that? FMC initialization is complete. Cabin inspection and external walk-around are complete. And our originating checks now. Internal and external pre-flight checks are complete. Pedal seats and harnesses are adjusted. Crew oxygen and masks you need to check, right? And so you click here, and then so left click is like that, right? Well, it does that on its own. I thought that was me right clicking it, but I was wrong. And then zip on over here. Oh, I gotta speed that up a little bit, don't I? That's alright. Alright, oxygen's good, fantastic. Audio warning panel checked. We don't have any, well, we got tons of stuff on here, but can't do anything with it right now because we never did figure out how to clear those out, right? What do we got going in the comments here real quick? Yeah, the next flight with Cessna Caravan will be pretty soon. Lightning needs our attention. Shivam's here. About time you showed up, Shivam. Shivam's also a sponsor of the channel, guys. Do me a favor, just say thank you to the sponsors down there. They're the ones who have their names in green with the Captain Mac logo next to them. So, Alex, can you hear me? Radio check. I don't know, man. You tell me. Maybe you need to turn the volume up on your speakers because everybody else can hear me all right. Alright, let's move on here. Fire detection, FireX complete. So you're supposed to hold this one down for 5 seconds or whatever, right? And then you're supposed to see it, like this will show up, so that's good. That's good. And then it showed over here because I saw it go away right at the last second. So that's what we're looking for with that. Hold on, I gotta, oh, there we go. Dog Tag Gamer is texting me right now. Let's see if he's watching. I don't think he's watching. Oh, he's watching on his phone. Fantastic. Afternoon, Paul. Great to have you here. Need a Captain Mac blooper reel. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I saved everything. Maybe I should start saving stuff for a blooper reel, right? Fuel panel checked. External lights panel checked. So as far as external lights go, logo light can be on, strobe is off, beacon's off for now, nav's on, and we'll leave the wing inspections on as well. Bleed air panel's good, APU panel's good, start panel, it says check, there's nothing to do with it right now. Let's see, We could turn packs on if we want. That's air conditioning. ELT switch arm and then reset. And then it's this one right here. That's armed and reset, so that's good. Cabin pressurization panel checked. So this is so cabin pressurization is here. And if I remember, this guy needs to be on, and then, no, I'm sorry, this is cabin pressure. What am I talking about? Now we're supposed to, you set the cabin pressure up here, right? So the landing altitude, let me pull up the landing altitude for DFW real quick. DFW is airport elevation 607 feet. By the way, folks over on Twitch, I often forget to hop over here, so if you've got any comments or anything, first of all, I do apologize for the incorrect title there. It won't let me change it once the live stream is going. And I don't have my guy here who usually monitors comments over there so that you guys get your questions answered. So I apologize if I missed some questions over there. Bear with me, yeah? And let's see. I'm changing the settings real quick just to see what it does. Okay, moving on. So 607 feet. So what we need to do is, it's this guy here, right? So if you look here, landing elevation is currently at 0. So what we need to do is we need to change that to 607 feet. Scroll this guy up. That's way too far. And I say, because it does it in 20-foot increments, so we'll just go with 620. And I think we'll be good on that, right? Fantastic. Okay, moving on from here. Air conditioning panel is checked. Ice detector test, there's no point in completing it because you can't see it. And that, let's see, if we turn probes on, cowl, we don't want cowl on. That's the windshield. Windshield heat needs to be on low anyway. And then I think that guy doesn't go away until we start engines, if I remember correctly. 3-hour event, saving my rants. Thanks a lot. I do have an Instagram, but I don't really use it, Ken. Okay, moving on here. Windshield switch is on low. I just did that. Emergency light switch needs to be armed. That's down here. And down is armed, so we're good on that. Standby compass is checked. Stall test complete. That's on the front here. So stall test, left click to open the cover, and you got to hold the button down. There you go. And then the cover will close itself. Nose wheel steering switch still off. I don't know why, but it is. Clocks, I don't care about those. IFAS control panel checked. So that's a, IFAS control panel. Let's see. Click here to get rid of the yoke. So I believe I set. There we go. So you can change your format range, all of that stuff, and that's for this guy here, right? So like if we wanted to switch to like the back one here, that's the map, right? There's plan mode and there's TCAS mode and so on, right? So we're gonna leave that on plan mode or map mode. I don't care about stepping through the plan. I think we'll be fine. We'll change it as needed. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. We're at 40 miles our range. I think that's good. So we're good on this as far as I'm concerned. Instrument panels are checked. ICAS and standby instruments are checked. That is this guy right here. We have not set the barrow yet, so that is actually part of the check, right? And the barrow is a 3011, and you can see right here it's at 299.2. So we'll adjust that to 3011. Oh, I'm a little stuffy here, and that doesn't look right though, does it? I don't know. If you hit the Bravo key, it doesn't seem to make any difference. So, and then I don't remember if it does both sides or not. Probably not. No, it does. Fantastic. Okay, so that takes care of that. We're not going to do that, or that. Upper pedestal needs to be checked. So those guys are supposed to be down. We're going to have to arm the thrust reversers. I don't remember if we arm those now or not. I'm just looking down the rest of the checklist here and see where the thrust reverse arm is. Taxi check. Yeah, that's all the way out on the taxi check. So we're good on that. These are supposed to be where they're at right now. Slats and flaps are at 0. Throttles are at 0. And flake spoilers are at 0. So all of that is good. What else? Avionics, radio tuning, not worried about that. Trims checked. So the trim should move, right? So if we go over to Dave here, he's telling us 7.6 on the trim. And so what should happen is, see where it's 7.5? Yeah, it moves really quick too. Oh, now I can't get it to, let's try to get 7.6. Looks like 7.7 is going to be as close as we can get. It's being really, really fickle. So we'll just leave it as is. Yaw damper needs to be engaged. Now this one's kind of weird because yaw damper is these two here. You click them both. You need to click both of these, right? But they don't. You can't see anything. It doesn't. There's no indicator. I'm sure there's probably some sort of indication on this guy telling you that the yaw damper is engaged. I don't know, but there you have it. So anyway, moving on. Lower pedestal checked. That's this guy way down here, and we just did this stuff down there. And mock trim. There we go. Now it's coming off. Fantastic. And what else? That's it. That takes us to our before start checks. Now again, GSX. Let me try one more time. Yep, GSX is not working. I have no idea why. So let me jump over to the comments here real quick. Jay's here. Hey Jay, great to have you here, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Everybody say hello to Jay. He's also a sponsor of the channel. Again, please thank the sponsors of the channel. It means a great deal to me. I really appreciate what you guys do for me and for this channel. So what else we got here? Flying the CRJ for Mac. Oh yeah, you know, that reminds me. You guys are gonna love this. So I haven't been doing my flights on A cars, right? Because I've been doing these live streams and stuff, and I've been taking requests, and the requests don't always match up with flights that are in our system, and there. So I do the flight for you guys, and I don't fly it on A cars. Well, it's been more than 30 days since I did a flight, so the CEO for Mac Air got retired from Mac Air because I got to follow the rules too. So I was hoping this flight is in our system, but it's in a E170. And this aircraft is not a substitute for that. So in order to do this flight today, I had to forego. So I talked to my COO. I told my man I got retired from our own airline, and he laughed at me. He said, well, maybe you need to do a flight. So there you have it. So I'm retired over at Mac Air right now, but I'm still the CEO, and I'll get a flight in soon. That all training flights would be out of Phoenix. Official training flights, yes. So I'm calling this one a training flight, but what I'm doing is I'm answering Cody's question here, Captain United. What I'm actually doing is I decided that what I'm going to do is, as much as possible, when I get flight requests in, I'm going to do those flights, preferably in the aircraft available. And in this case, we're still learning this airplane quite a bit. We haven't done a full flight tutorial yet. That's why I'm calling it a training flight. But for full flight tutorial flights from now on, those will always come out of Phoenix because Phoenix is our training hub. So sort of yes and no there, Cody. All right, let's move on here on our checklist. We're on our before start checks. Real quick. There's a Captain Mac cough for you. Good, healthy one too. Let's jump back over here to our doors page because I got all the doors open. And we can't use GSX anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Back to the home page there, and we can look at our checklist here real quick. We've been through our safety check already. Originating checks pages 1 and 2 are both taken care of. We're all the way to our before start checks, right? So we're going to take care of all of this stuff on our before start checks. I'm going to leave that up there, but we're going to hop over here and start taking care of things. So passenger signs need to be on. Those are up top here. Down to auto, that's going to work just fine for us. Landing elevation is set. Boost pumps need to be on. That's these two here. Those are both on. You just click one of them, they both come on. Altimeters are set. FMS IRS is set. So there's two things here. One, obviously we've got the IRS alignment is taken care of, but you also need to make sure that your nav source is on FMS 1. If you don't do that, it's not going to be flying via this FMS, right? So keep that in mind. Radios and nav aids are set, and takeoff briefing technically is not complete. We'll do a taxi brief when we get ready to pull out here, and then our takeoff briefing is just going to be direct to what was it, EOS, I think. So that's going to bring us to our cleared to start check. And let's see, APU is on and checked, papers are on board, takeoff data is set, doors are closed and locked, beacon needs to come on now. It's in front of my face, I know it is. There it is, beacon. Beacon is on. Fuel pumps and quantity. Fuel pumps are on. Gens should be to auto. I think I bypassed that somewhere because I know those are supposed to already be on auto. Fuel pumps are good. We don't need the cross feeds or the overrides or anything like that. Let's just double check our fuel though. Fuel quantity 8485. Yep. So we're good, and you can see we're burning from the left tank. So we'll be just a little uneven, but shouldn't be too bad. Hydraulic pumps all need to go to auto or on, right? So if you left click, they come up. If you right click, they go down. So all of these to auto or on. This one goes on, the rest go to auto. It'd be great if I could get that to go away. We've got our probe heat on. Is it because of that? I don't know. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me do anything with that right now. I forget if that goes off once I start engines or not. Or it could just be telling me it's got ice because of the temperature. I mean, the temperature is like 3 degrees Celsius. So anyway, moving on. Parking brake as required, and then engine start, and so on. So the engine start procedure on this one, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I'm drawing a blank. Let's see here. So we're going to press the engine start. Let me jump back up here so you guys can see it. So this is start and stop, right? Start, stop, start, stop. Okay, we're going to start. Continuous ignition will be on. We'll press the start button here, and then I believe it's 18%. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. That's the wrong one. I want this one. But I believe it's 18% on the N2. When it hits 18%, you got to click this guy and then move the throttle forward, because that's basically a throttle lock is what it is, right? Everybody tracking on that? Hopefully you are. But we need to go ahead and push back first, and let's hop outside here. So our runway is here, let me do a top-down view so you guys can see. So there's 3.6, and then if we zoom out a little bit, there's 3.1 over there. So we can just push straight back. There's no other aircraft here, and then you can see our taxi route there is pretty straightforward, right? So let's go ahead and push back here, and we'll start engine. So shift and P, and I think I still have the parking brake on, to be honest with you. Oh, they're not going to work, are they? Watch this. Watch. I'm going to go into you guys won't see it. Hold on, I'm going into FSU IPC real quick. Yep, this happens to me over and over again. My brakes aren't working. For some reason it unassigns them, and I have no idea why. So I'm reassigning them real quick, and then I might have to come back in and reverse them. Let's make sure everything else is working. Nope, nothing's working. None of my controls are set up now. This is retarded. Absolutely retarded. I'm setting up my controls. I know you guys are probably like, this is stupid. I apologize. It is what it is. But none of my controls are set up all of a sudden. There's ailerons. Well, throttle 1 works. That's nice. Throttle 2 works. That's fantastic. So let me just go over, get to the brakes page, left brake and right brake, and we'll see if we need to reverse those or not. Yep, we're going to have to reverse the brakes real quick. So, joystick calibration, left and right brake, reverse them. Okay, there we go. Should be good to go now. My apologies for all that, guys. I'm probably losing people who are watching. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. This is stupid. So they're bailing on me. Okay, let's go ahead and start engine number 1 here. Or, I'm sorry, engine number 2. Press the start button. There we go. You can see there's the N2 coming in. We're going to look for 18%. I believe it's 18. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I didn't look at the comments. Somebody might have already corrected me. There's 17. There's 18. There we go. And let's stop the pushback at this point, because I think we've gone far enough. And let's start let's set the parking brake. There we go. Fantastic. And they start pretty quick. The whole thing with the brakes is retarded. It really is. Like, all of my controls were suddenly unassigned. Like, why did it do that? Right? They're working now. I don't know how well they're working. Oh, I have no rudder. Oh, for crying out loud. Let me fix the rudder real quick. Hold on. Zeesh. Yep, no rudder. Okay, well, we're going to need a rudder, aren't we? Where you at? Rudder, rudder, rudder. There we go, rudder. Okay. There we go. Ah, and it's cross-assigned. Son of a gun. See, this is some of the problems I've been having. They're just driving me absolutely insane. Like, why is that thing... I unassigned it ages ago. There's no reason for it to be assigned to anything right now. Like, it's just stupid. It's not even showing up in here. Yeah, it's not showing up here in the axis. Nothing is. Hold on. I gotta check all of them now. This is stupid. Like, this is absolutely retarded. And I haven't even updated yet. The rudder's not assigned to anything else. Well, I'll bet it's assigned to this. Spoiler. No, it's not assigned anywhere. I know you guys can't see it, but it's not assigned to anything in here. So why is it, see how it's bouncing and stuff? See? That's cross-controlled, right? Either that or it needs to be reversed. I don't know. Why is it doing that? It seems to be working outside just fine. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'm done messing with it. Alright. What do we got over here? How'd you get retired from your own creation? Yeah, that could be on the bloopers reel, couldn't it? Hello, my flight channel. Great to have you here. Go full impulse. That could be dangerous for me. Okay, let's take a look here at... oh, we haven't started engine number 1 yet, have we? Oh, goodness. Okay, engine 1 starting. I'll pop this up so you guys can see it. Waiting for 18 on the N2. 14, 15, 16... and then there's 18. Click that, move the throttle forward, and then put it back where it belongs. And let's make sure the throttles work. They do. Fantastic. Let's see. You know what we never did? I'm going to have to adjust all of that stuff. We never did our V-speeds, did we? Let's go back here and do V-speeds real quick. Alright, takeoff 127, rotate at 128, 138 for V2, and so on. So we'll set takeoff, set all those. Trim is already set. Did we get... this is for flaps 8. Yep, there we go. So those should be down here now. There they are right there. That's how easy it is to set your V speeds, right? So there's flaps 1, and then that should be flaps 8, right? Let's double check. Flaps 8, fantastic. All is looking well in the world. After start checklist, Gen 1 and Gen 2 are on auto. We already did that. That's these two up here. Bleed valves and packs, auto and on, those are all good. Anti-ice as required. So that did go away. So is it the cowl anti-ice we can turn on now? And then the wing anti-ice after we take off. Probes are on. Electrics checked. Rudder is checked, sort of. And then nose wheel steering armed. Maybe that's why, because nose wheel steering isn't armed. Maybe that's what's making the rudders be weird. Let's see. Yep, that appears to have been it. Nose wheel steering wasn't on. Okay, live and learn, right? And now that takes us to our taxi check. So flaps are 8 degrees. I guess it's 8 degrees. They're 8 indicated. Flight controls are checked. Now there should be a flight control button on here. There we go. Click on flight controls, and you can see that pops it up right here, and then we can double check our flight controls. Full left, full right, and neutral. And you can see they're bouncing around, right? So I'm going to have to fix that too. All the way up, all the way down, and neutral, and then rudder full left, rudder full right, and neutral. And then real quick, we're going to hop into FS, and I know you guys can't see this, I do apologize, but we're going to go in here and main flight controls, set our ailerons. So there we go. There we go. And then I'm just putting a little bit of dead zone in here. We just got somebody that hopped on these as a subscriber, I think. We'll find out here in a second. I'm waiting for it to pop up there so you guys can see it and I can too. It's not popping up there for some reason. Interesting. Okay, I think we're good on that. Fantastic. Sorry that you guys can't see that there. I do apologize. I don't know, we just got a subscriber or something, but there it is. Well, J-904 just donated $5. Did you guys see what he put up there? There's a man on a buffalo. Tell me you guys have seen man on a buffalo. That is hilarious stuff. Is it man or guy? Guy on a buffalo. That is hilarious. Okay, sorry. Moving on. Let's see. Flight instruments are checked. Thrust reversers need to be armed. Guy on a buffalo. I love it. Thrust reversers are armed. What else here? FMS auto tune. I'm assuming that's this guy over here, nav source, right? Anyway, brake temp is checked. We can put that back on. Which one? What's the one for all of them here? Status or primary? I think it's primary. Yeah. And where's my brake temp? Oh no, that's not the one I want. Come on. I got a new mouse pad and I'm getting used to it. Status. There we go. Brake temp. All of them are 0. I don't even know if the brakes heat up on this thing, to be honest with you. And that is everything leading up to our taxi. Let me get rid of this real quick. And let me jump over to my charts here so I can show you our ground chart. Even though you already know where we're going, I'm just going to show it real quick because I like to make it a habit of doing that. So let me pop it up for you guys here so you can see it. Charts. There we go. Bam. Now you can see my mouse, right? Fantastic. Okay. So we're going over here to runway 31. It looks like to me it looked like there was another taxiway here. I'm not sure, but we should be right here. And so we're going to go over here. It should be Charlie up to runway 31. Pretty straightforward, right? So I think you guys get the gist of it. Let's hop back over here. Oh, my nose is all stuffy and everything. Tracker coming on, big jump. Boom. There it is. Fantastic. Let's make sure everything's working right. Frame rates are looking good, and we're only 48 minutes in, and we're rocking and rolling, so not too bad. Let's go ahead and pop the yoke back up there. There we go. And let's make sure the brakes are off. Brakes off. And bring in some thrust. And just so that you guys are aware, in case you weren't already, hold on, my brain's not working. The, oh, what was I going to say? I completely forgot. Never mind. Okay, so we need to go this way, right? I think. Let's hop outside. Okay, I'm retarded. Don't mind me, guys. So let's just take a top-down view, because this is way out of... Yeah, see? So because there's another runway here, that's what's confusing me. So we're going over here to 3-1. Okay, I'm going the right way. Alright, let's go. What was I going to tell you guys? I don't remember now. I was going to tell you something. Completely lost my train of thought, however. It was when I looked down at the brake there, but I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, taxi light needs to come on, doesn't it? Boom. Taxi light. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Way to go. Yeah, there's always a brain malfunction. Kevin Munger is here. Hey, Kevin, great to have you here. Kevin is also a sponsor of the channel. By the way, just a little heads up, you guys. We are at 11 sponsors. That's right. 11 people have lowered themselves to sponsoring my channel. No, I'm just kidding. 11 people are sponsoring the channel, and the deal was when we hit 10 or more, we would have, I believe, a semi-annual giveaway. So twice a year we do a giveaway. So,
approaching.
Since I didn't really announce it before, let's go ahead and cross this runway here. Since I didn't really announce it before, I'll announce it now. All sponsors as of tomorrow. That'll give people an opportunity if they want to sponsor. All sponsors as of tomorrow who are still sponsors on June 1st will be, I'm going to have to write this down, will be eligible for a giveaway. I don't know what the giveaway is going to be yet. I haven't decided, but it's going to be something cool. But you are only eligible for a giveaway if you are a sponsor of the channel. And there is a way for me to track that, in case you're wondering. So, yeah, it was clear left, Cody. Come on now. An airport. Maybe, Kevin. Maybe. What I'll probably do is maybe I'll get some feedback from my sponsors on what you guys want as a possible giveaway. Now, it can't be super expensive or anything like that because I'm not rich and I have 11 sponsors, not like 1,100, right? So anyway, the point is if you're interested in sponsoring the channel, go to the gaming side of YouTube. It's not that difficult to find, just YouTube/gaming. Find my channel over there, click on the sponsor button, and you will be eligible. If you are a sponsor as of tomorrow and a sponsor on June 1st, you will be eligible for whatever the giveaway is going to be. So just an FYI for you guys, and it's just a way of saying thank you to my sponsors for one. It's also a thank you to my subscribers. You know, it's different to subscribe and sponsor, just so that you guys know. So for anybody who's unaware, sponsorship means now my brain doesn't want to work again. Sponsorship is where you're paying every month. Qball3577 is now hosting my stream on Twitch. Fantastic. Or maybe not on Twitch. It just says hosting my stream with one viewer. Thank you for that, Qball. I appreciate that. Anyway, what I was saying is, so let me turn track R off here. So we have 6,000 and change on subscribers, which is really awesome. Actually, 6,100 and change. But a sponsorship means that you pay a monthly fee to support the channel. Now, it's not required by any means. Why is this all of a sudden freezing up. Like, it's completely... There we go. Thank you. So if you're interested in sponsoring the channel, I would really appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. I don't hold anything against you. But sponsors are eligible now for giveaways so long as we remain at 10 or more sponsors. And I'll have to go back and look at what the numbers were, but when we get to a certain number, giveaways will come more frequently, and so on and so forth, until we get to a point where we're doing giveaways basically every month, which would be really cool. So just keep that in mind. There's a couple things dinging, that's why I'm just sitting here talking, because I'm... Okay, there we go. So Max Killer's just subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Glad to have you here. And there should be one more popping up here in just a second. I want to make sure I recognize him before we carry on here, because I heard the thing ding twice. So just waiting on the delay on the stream, because I'm looking at the actual stream page right now. I should probably just change it and put up my OBS so that I can see it right away, but I don't always get a chance to look at it. Okay, it looks like it's taking forever. So if another subscriber or sponsor or anything pops up... Oh, there it is. Daniel Escobar just subscribed. Thank you, Daniel. Really appreciate it. Okay, just wanted to make sure we give credit where credit is due, right, guys? Captain Mac t-shirt. Joe A's here as well. Hey guys, we got almost all the sponsors are on here right now. You guys do me a favor again, if you're not a sponsor of the channel, please say thank you to the sponsors down below. You can recognize them by their name being in green and having a Captain Mac logo next to their name. And please just say thank you to them, because they're a huge support to the channel, and I really appreciate it. So that being that, okay, Silas, hey, how you doing? Great to have you here. Put that person's name on the race car to say thank you. That's a cool idea, Joe. So what Joe's talking about here, guys, real quick, is Joe A, who's a sponsor of the channel. He also has a virtual racing team, and he actually just put he sponsors in another way. Or I guess we sponsor him. So Mac Air and the Captain Mac channel logos are on his racing truck, which is really cool, by the way, and I really dig it. So, Joe, see if you can put a link to one of the YouTube videos down there in the description or in the chat, and if you can't, maybe it'll let me approve it. Matt Dean is now following. Thank you. Appreciate it. So anyway, what Joe is suggesting is that maybe whoever gets the giveaway from the sponsorship can also have their name on his race truck, which is really cool. Yeah, you do need to email me, Cody. What's the deal? Okay, I'm done talking here. We need to do our before takeoff checklist. So lights and strobes as required, right? So strobe lights need to come on, landing lights need to come on. Bam, there we go. I do have traffic light cranked way up, so... Oh, that reminds me. We need to go down here, and it's probably on the checklist, but TCAS is on auto, right? So if you... No, that's not what I'm looking for. Switch that back. This is the one I'm looking for. I think you hold it down, right? There we go. It's on... above, below. Yeah, I think we're going to go on that. Okay, fantastic. Moving on with the before takeoff checklist. Fuel and cross flow is manual. It needs to be manual and off. I don't know what that's even talking about. Probably explains it in the tutorial, but I'm not going to do it. Flight attendant's been advised. Ignition and anti-ice as required. So engine anti-ice is on. Continuous ignition is on. Transponder TCAS as required. We're going to leave the transponder code as it is. I'm not worried about it. Radar and terrain display as required. Now this is one that's kind of throwing me for a loop. So here's your radar. No, that's radio altimeter test. Which one? Here we go. Radar terrain. So I click on that, but it never shows anything on here. So I don't know. And then that's it. That's going to take us into our takeoff. So track car come back on. Big jump. Boom. There it is. And I see no traffic coming in. This is a slow airport, obviously. Not a real busy airport. So, yeah, I mean, we're not really... But I do have traffic cranked way up. So, brakes coming off. Let's get her out on the runway here. My nose is stuffy and itchy, and it's ridiculous. Sponsor telecom via TS or Discord. What are we talking about here, Cody? We only got 24 people watching. What happened? We were up to like 30 and everybody bailed. You guys are hurting my feeling. Oh, one of them. Climb and maintain flight level. Oh, yep. Cody's giving me my clearance. He's acting as ATC. All right.
On runway. 3, 1.
Let's see here. So yeah, our first waypoint is behind us actually. Alright, let's bring her a nice easy stop here real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and arm a couple of things here. So we can't arm the speed yet, that doesn't work right, but we can arm the nav and we can arm the altitude. Nope, we can't even arm the altitude yet. We didn't even adjust it, did we? Because I'm an idiot. 33,000. Come on. I don't even know if we can get that high, to be honest with you. It's a short flight. There we go, 33,000. It's, yeah, it won't let me arm it or anything like that. So flight directors are on, looking good. Everything's good to go. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Anything in the comments I need to worry about? Doesn't look like it. We got people bailing left and right. They're bored watching my channel. That's alright. I see how it is, people. Good Captain Mac cough for you there. We got good frame rates. Let's rock and roll. So throttles. So these guys got to go all the way up. There we go. Man, these allergies kick my butt. Alright, and we're rolling. And again, V speeds rotate is 128. We don't get any call outs on that. Let's keep her in the center of the runway. We're not super heavy. I apologize for all the throat clearing going on here. It's ridiculous. Alright, coming up on it now. Rotates. Up, up, and away. Kind of hard to see that, isn't it? Be great in VR. Okay, positive rate gear coming up. Fantastic. And of course it wants us to turn already. This is a little ridiculous. Let's go ahead and bring the speed up to let me pop this up so I can see it. Gotta see, we're climbing fast and losing speed fast. So let's bring that nose down a little bit. There we go, that's a little better. Bring that speed up to 250 there. It's kind of hard to do this while you're flying in a sim. There we go, 250, looking good. Go ahead and bring a little trim down here, and let's bring that first setting of flaps out. And we'll go ahead and start our left turn. Wow, that rolled into that turn slow, didn't it? Wow, like super slow. We're looking alright though. Looking alright. Now nav is armed, and I believe if I wanted to, what I could do is I could say, okay, let's hit speed. It's not going to do that. Let's go autopilot engage and then speed. Now with speed it automatically dropped to where we were at, 193. Let's get that last setting of flaps out of there. And now if we increase the speed, let's bring it up to 240 this time. I forgot that it's automatically going to choose whatever speed you're at. But because I had nav already armed, it's going to continue the turn all the way around until it lines up on the inbound course here to EOS. And you can see EOS is highlighted in, let me see if I can make that bigger. EOS is highlighted in magenta, or purple, and that is our active waypoint. Tracker coming off, big jump. There we go. Looking pretty good on everything. Coming through 7,000 feet here. Once we get above 10,000, we'll take care of our after takeoff checklist. What do we got in the comments? Unable to attach a link, but look for the following channels on YouTube: Pitstop TV or PSI TV, and look for Max Speed TV. That's where you can find Joe's races. They race live. It's pretty cool. Sponsor Telecom to discuss what you were saying about semi-annual giveaway. I still don't know what you're talking about, Cody. You're gonna have to send me an email and explain that. Let's see. Unless you crash, then you'll never see me again. Okay, J-Dash, thanks. I haven't crashed yet. I did land it on a dirt runway the first time we flew it. That was pretty cool. There's 10,000 feet there. Let's go ahead and get those landing lights off. Fantastic. And let's take a look at our after takeoff / climb checklist. Fuel and crossflow is set to auto. Bleeds and APU are set. So APU can come off, right? And so stop. And then we have to click this one to close the APU door. There it is, it's closed. So I forget that most times, actually. Lights and passenger signs as required. I just leave passenger signs on auto. Thrust reversers can go off. The thing that scares me about this is if I get busy on approach and I forget to turn those back on, we'd be in trouble, right? Oh, come on, what are you doing here? It's not wanting me to. There we go. Didn't want to move for me. And then crew advisory system, check that it's clear. So if we look on here, we can see that cowl AI is on. Huh? Continuous ignition is on, recirc fan is off. Okay, so let's hop up here. Continuous ignition can, we'll just turn it off. Recirc fan is this guy here, it's on now, which we need. But what is cowl AI? Anybody know what that is? Cowl AI on. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, in the meantime, we're climbing good. Things are looking good. Let me take a look at the weather for DFW, because we're not going to be that long en route. So DFW looks like for the next 2 hours it should stay the same. So we're looking at 110 at 5 knots. And altimeter 3005. And I need to remember to reset our altimeter 2992 here. Temperature's 13 degrees Celsius. What's our current temperature? Yeah, that's, somebody was telling me that's the PAX temperature, not the outside air temperature. Here's the outside air temperature, and that's low. Let's go ahead and get that wing anti-ice on as well. And that's this one right here. Fantastic. And let's start thinking about our arrival and approach. So, active runways right now for Dallas are 17 and 18. And there's a lot of runways in Dallas, just so you guys know. So, let me look over here at my charts cloud. My wife has just joined me in the office here, probably to make fun of me because she likes to do that. Raylan wants a kitten. My daughter wants a kitten now. Lord help us. Oh, okay. She's supposed to ask. Okay, so let's put it to a vote. Why not? We've got, there's 28 people on here watching right now. Okay? 28 people. So I'm going to put this to a vote to you guys. Should I allow Raylan, mind you, that is my daughter who I posted a little video of, who's so mad because somebody has a bed on her game and she doesn't. If you haven't watched the video, check it out. It's hilarious. Anyway, 29 people watching now. So I'm asking you guys, you're going to make the call for Raylan. Does Raylan get a kitten? Yes or no? A real kitten. Should we let Raylan get her own kitten? You guys tell me. In the meantime, I'm going to look at our charts over here. So we've got runway 17 and 18. I think I'm going to go with 18 left. That's a super long runway too. We're going to go with 18 left for our approach. So 18 left. There's an ILS. We'll use that one. I like that. And pop that up, and then we can put that in the FMC down here. Get kitten for her. One guy gives a thumbs down. Next guy gives a yes. Yes. Silas says get a dog. Fishy Gaming says yes in all caps with exclamation points. Silas says yes. Donald Howland says yes. So far the yeses have it, guys. Departure, arrival. Pretty much. No, wait. No, yes, maybe. You're a dad. Give her a goldfish. There's 34 people watching now. Join in the conversation, guys. Do I get Raylan a cat or no? Sponsor votes count as 2, huh? Okay, we're going to do ILS 18 left. There we go. And let me take a look at that approach here. It looks like Grooch is the way to go, so that's going to be where we're going to come in at, Grooch. And we'll execute that. Jump back on here. Raylan, your hair looks terrible. Come here, baby. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, hi everybody, can I have a kitten, please?
Hi everybody, can I have a kitten, please?
Well, there you have it, guys. That's Raylan asking for a kitten. So far the yeses have it. Let's see if there's a discontinuity here. It doesn't look like it. There's vectors there. So I think we're probably good on that. We are going to need to go to, let's shrink this down for a minute. Let's take this over to plan mode. Pop that up. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Let's step through. Does it let me step through? It doesn't let me step through here. How am I supposed to step through? That's kind of silly. Am I missing something here, guys? How do you step through these? Bless you. There was a Captain Mac Jr. sneeze over there. Yeah, it's not letting me step through, so I don't know, guys. It's kind of weird, to be honest with you. I mean, I could zoom out. but I don't know. That's kind of weird. No, they can't see you, Michael. Let's go back over to plan mode or map mode. There we go. Put this on the legs page. There we go. And we are up, and away. And I think Captain Mac Jr. is hiding behind me there, wants to say hi to everybody. So hold on just a second. What, baby? Here. You want to say hi or not? What? They can't see you. There's no camera. Junior's embarrassed because he doesn't have pants on. So he was hiding behind the chair because he thought you guys could see him on camera. Raylyn, Drew says that you can get a kitten as long as I can have a pet lion.
What?
Allie says dogs are more fun. Well, Raylyn, looks like the yeses have it. I guess you can get a kitten. She's super excited, guys. She's super excited. She's gonna hold on a sec. Say thanks, guys.
Okay, guys.
By the way, that was not a Captain Mac cough. That was a Aerosoft, whatever fake pilot they have on here cough. Let's see. Guess what the landing rate is. I still can't get the landing rate to show up either. Like, I can get the little thing to show up, but then it shows up constantly, which is kind of weird. So, Joe, we actually already have several cats. What streaming program do you have? How do you get the specs up there? You talking about? Are you talking about these up here, JNG? If you're asking about these, that's a program called Fly Live, which is free, but it works only with OBS, which is Open Broadcasting Software, I think, which is also free, and that's what I use to stream. No, there's no camera, Fishy. First live stream, been watching all my old YouTube videos from Spitfire Senior. Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. Did I answer your question, J&G? Fly Live is phenomenal. I use it on my streams as well. Yeah, Cue Ball, it really is. I think it's fantastic. It's really, once you figure it out, it's very easy to set up. It does take a few minutes, but once you get it set up, it's rocking and rolling. I don't think you can, J&G. I think it's, well, I don't know. I don't know if it has a Mac version or not, to be honest with you. The real question would be OBS more than it would be Fly Live. So Fly Live, I'm sure will probably work on Mac, but I don't know if OBS does. It probably does, so I don't know. My guess is that that OBS is meant primarily for PC. I think it's a Windows-based program. I haven't seen Project Fly's overlay. Isn't Project Fly the one that isn't that the thing Matt Davies put together, Fishy? I've never really looked at it, to be honest with you. Oh, I never reset the altimeter. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Way to go. There we go, 29902. And it's not really climbing anymore, which is kind of strange. So we've got the Mach set at 7.74, and it's at 28,000, and it's kind of struggling to climb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the altitude to 29,000. We don't really need to go that high anyway, so let's set it to 29 and leave it there. And that should work fine. So even though we've got the speed mode on here, and I never adjusted the throttles to climb either, did I? Somebody's supposed to yell at me for that. Okay, there's throttles to climb, and then it should automatically level off at 29,000, right? So even though I've got the speed climb thing set on, it should level off at 29,000. And you guys should see that here shortly. So what's the difference, Fishy, between Project Fly's overlay and the one that I'm using? Now, mind you, the one that I'm using, the colors and the positioning and all that, I set up myself. I was able to customize that. There is a downside, though. I do not see them on my screen here. You see them because they are on the OBS program. Hold on. Phew. Captain Mac sneeze for you guys. You're gonna get the full load today, huh? Oh my goodness. Whew. Hey, I got 3 hours of sleep. Fantastic. My watch tells me how long I slept. Oh my goodness. What's up, Michael? Huh? No, you can't have a kitten too. You have a dog.
I hate it.
That's your dog. You need to take care of it. Nope, you have a dog. Go away. Bye-bye. Huh? That's actually Caitlin's cat. Raylan just thinks it's hers. Nice try. Anyway. Okay. Did somebody donate? It looks like we're at 5.57. Yeah, I think somebody oh yeah, somebody did donate earlier. I mentioned it when they did. I did mention it. Wow. I think my son just said he hates me. That's kind of harsh. He seems to be doing a little better at the moment. And now he's throwing a fit because he told me he can't get a kitten. Anyway, how's everybody doing? There's no conversation going on here. What's the deal, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me. What time is it here? Let's see. We've got 16:24 in the sim, and we're expected to arrive. Estimated time en route. 19 minutes? No. What? Or is it 19 minutes from there to there? That's kind of weird. The way that progress page is set up. It should be giving us, shouldn't it be giving us our expected arrival? This is estimated time en route. That's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Clearly I'm not understanding it. Because there's no way we're that close. Like, let me move this a little bit and let's zoom the range out. Right? We got a ways to go. I mean, it's over 80 miles to Jones. So that doesn't really make sense. We'll leave it right there for now. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, what do you say, let's take care of our arrival and approach briefings. Because we need to do those. Pull up the arrival briefing here. Looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Let me pull it up for you guys. And there we go. Alright. Let's see here. We're going to come in out here at Jones. From there to Dearth, it looks like. And then Priz down to Kane. And other than minimum safe altitudes, doesn't look like there's any altitude restrictions on here, but we do right here. At Sassy, we're supposed to be at 12,000 and at 280 knots. We'll try and make that. And then Toddy, and then Auric, again at 12,250 knots, 12,220 knots at Carbs. And then 18 left is this guy right here. So, yeah, I think we're going to need to be lower than that. The arrival's on 123.7, and regional approach is 19.875, airport elevation 607 feet. Let's take a look at the approach itself, and I'll zoom this in just a little bit for you guys. Starting with the usual business up here. Again, arrival on 123.77, regional approach here is 18.42. Let's see, we're coming in from the north, right? So, for us, well, we're going to be on the west side. So tower is going to be one of these. Ground is going to be 21.85. Localizer frequency is 110.55 with a final approach course of 176 degrees. Glide slope intercepted hasty 2,300 feet. ILS decision altitude 802 feet. Airport elevation 607 feet with touchdown zone elevation of 602 feet. Missed approach, climbed 1,100 feet, then a climbing right turn to 3,000 feet on heading 245. And outbound via the FUZ VOR 222 radial to Lakes intersection, which is 27 miles out, and holder is directed by ATC. You can see that's basically what it looks like here. So climbed 1,100, then that climbing right turn to 3,000 out on the 245 degree heading until you intercept this radial here. Coming down and looking at our profile view, 4,000 feet out at Grooch. down to 3,000 at Align, and then Udall. I think we've got all those in there. And then down to 2,300 at Hasty to intercept the glide slope, and then on in from there, unless of course we have the missed approach. Should have PAPI lights on the left hand side. Here's another look at our missed approach, and then again our decision altitude is 802 feet. Pretty straightforward, right? I think we got the gist of all that. Let's see what we got going on over here in the chat. All kinds of stuff. Let's see what I missed here. Project Fly. If you're overseas and instead of using Baro you use HPZ, I flew to RJA and it told me I had to use hectopascals and the transition was flight level 140 and not flight level 180. So technically it depends on how you view it, Cody. So there are some people who get frustrated with me because I tend to use inches of mercury even when I'm flying in Europe and stuff where they use hectopascals. If you want to maximize realism, then you need to use hectopascals when you're flying anywhere but the US, I believe. And then transition altitude often changes. There are some places in Europe where transition altitude is like 6,000 or 4,000 feet. So it just varies depending on where you're at in the world. So hopefully that answers your question a little. Yeah, well, at the start, I don't know if you were on at the start of the stream, Q-Ball. He's been super sick for the last week, and I think right now he seems to be doing good, but of course he's going to have to lay back down here any minute, and he's got a problem where his lungs have been, what's the word again? Spasming. He's had spasming in his lungs that could lead to a collapsed lung. Super not thrilled about that, so hopefully, hopefully that goes away soon. Joe's watching while he's cooking lunch. No need to apologize for that. I need to eat something soon myself. So whatever they say the transition level is, Cody, that's the one you should use, absolutely. Whether you're using hectopascals or inches of mercury, now understand that the difference between hectopascals and inches of mercury is the display itself, but don't make a mistake, the altitude result is still the same, just so that you guys know. So you definitely should use the transition level that they say you need to use. A Dash 8 Advanced FMC tutorial. I think I could take a look at that, Kevin. I haven't done anything in the Dash 8 in a while, so I need to dig through it anyway. So that might be a good way to get back on track with that. I'll take a look. I do have Discord, actually, Silas. I just don't use it much. No, I have my own Discord too, Q-Ball. There is one for the V8 for Mac Air, and I get on there once in a while and say hi or whatever. But I do have my own Discord channel actually. But to be perfectly honest with you, I've got 3 Discord channels going at once. I've got Mac Air, I've got the Carrier Strike Group 1, which is the virtual group that I obviously Carrier Strike Group I fly with for DCS, and then I've got my own. And so between the 3 of those, it's hard to keep up, to be perfectly honest with you. Project Fly overlay if interested. Okay, I appreciate that, Fishy. Thank you very much. Shrink that down there. And it looks like we're just cruising along here. What's our speed at? So this is one of those areas where this aircraft is a little strange, right? So the speed's really slow right now, and I want it to be Mach 0.74. So even though I'm in the climb mode, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring those up, right? And so if we hop down here, you can see, right? So that's the toga mode, right? And it doesn't let me go in between that, which is really obnoxious in my opinion. I think I should be able to go, you know, adjust them in between that, but it doesn't let me. If I pull it back, see, it goes to the climb mode, right? And in climb mode, which is technically where we're supposed to be, now I can go below that, but it locks into climb mode and then it goes to toga mode. And of course we took off a max power instead of toga. But you can see that that's keeping our speed is pretty low as a result. Now let's see, do we have a tailwind going on? No, we've got a headwind, so I don't know, we're probably fighting that headwind a little bit. Our ground speed is going to be junk right now. Ground speed is 302 knots. That's going to make this flight quite a bit longer than it was anticipated, isn't it? It's like the Airbus above climb mode, only throttle detents. Okay, thanks Headless Herschel, I appreciate that. Oh, so we got a little while to go here. So let's get some conversation going. What do we got going over here on Twitch? So for some reason on Twitch my comments aren't showing. Why aren't my comments showing? It's got to be the way this is laid out. Settings, pop out player. No, I don't want that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Matt Dean said afternoon over on Twitch, as well as Fishy Gaming said something about not seeing a camera. Path to affiliate complete. What is that? I'm eligible to become a Twitch affiliate now? Huh. Cool. Interesting. Okay. Let me go back over here so I can see what's going on. So I do have Twitch up as well. I'm trying to bounce over there, but if you're watching on Twitch and I don't get a chance to catch one of your comments or something, I do apologize. Looks like there's actually only one person watching on there, but it did finally change the title down there. So that's good at least. Oh, my nose is killing me, guys. You guys need to talk more. There's no chat going on here. 25 people on here. Nobody's talking about anything. Come on now. I'm getting hungry. I need to get some food. 10 in the morning. Mama's got to go take care of business pretty soon. Oh. Well, I don't think we're going to get there any faster. Not at this rate, that's for sure. So who here flies DCS World? Looks like maybe we can take the anti-ice. That's what it is. Wing and cowl anti-ice. That's what AI is. Anti-ice. Do we really need it on right now, though? So this has always been kind of weird to me. So the outside air temperature is minus 41 degrees, but there is no moisture in the air at all, right? There's no moisture. No clouds, nothing. I do have active sky turned on, and I'm using Rex Force 3D, I think it's called. Getting good frame rates. Thank the good Lord for that. It's looking good though. So you can see the haze and stuff like that. That's from Rex Force and Active Sky working together. So special stream event for when you end up flying your 1 billionth nautical mile. I don't think well, I haven't been tracking my nautical miles, so I've probably already flown over that, to be honest with you. Well, probably not. That's a lot of miles, man. I don't know about 1 billion. What color cat you getting? I don't know yet. I guess we'll find out in a while. What aircraft do you use for your aircraft carrier VA for P3D version 4, and do you have TAC pack with it? So, actually so when I fly with the Carrier Strike Group, that's in DCS, Kevin, not in P3D. I do have the Aerosoft F14 for P3D. I got it. So a friend of mine and I can start learning it for when it releases in DCS. They're going to release one there. But I don't have TAC pack. I do all of my military style flying in DCS World, which is tons of fun. And I really want to get to putting some videos up, but I fly in VR, so you gotta do it kind of weird. So we'll just see. We'll have to see how it goes. But I need to update my P3D to version 4.2 as well. Yeah, Ali, I guess I've been doing it for a couple of years, but I still feel like I'm a newbie as well. I fly the Harrier a lot right now, which is a lot of fun. Now, somebody released the Harrier for FSX years ago, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It sucked because when you tried to bring the nozzles down for vertical takeoff or landing, the airplane would flip in the air. Yep, that's right. It would flip in the air. But in DCS, they actually set the nozzles to an axis so that you can control their angle very, very efficiently, and you can do vertical takeoffs and landings. It's really cool. Yeah, I really wish we had good quality E-jets tomorrow. It just there's a good set from Feel There. They're okay, but they're Feel There, so you get the quality you expect from Feel There. Although it's, as far as Feel There goes, it's probably their highest quality aircraft. There's still tons of issues with it, and they just don't ever seem to address them. And I don't know if they've even released the P3D version 4 version of their planes yet, but It'd be nice. It really would. This bird holds LNAV just fine, John. We'll hop inside here. You can see we're in nav mode right now. There's nav mode, and then you can see we're tracking just fine. Now, I will say this. If you do not have this knob, nav source, right, set to FMS1, it's the back part of this knob. If it's not set to FMS1, it will not follow the LNAV. Yes, if you have P3D version 4.1, or 4.0 even, the update to 4.2 is free. Yeah, you're right, Ali. They were absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Alright. Where's my FS Labs Airbus fans on here? Go ahead and roger up real quick that you're a fan of the FS Labs Airbus. Now, I will say, I have it for FSX, and it is a very well done aircraft. That's not what I'm talking about, though. Somebody explain to me, because I want to be sure that my information is not incorrect. It is my understanding that the FS Labs version for P3D version 4 has a program inside it that is able to access your email, supposedly to determine whether or not you have a pirated copy of FS Labs Airbus A320. Well, where do I begin? First and foremost, that's illegal. In like every country in the world, that's illegal. You are literally using a program to hack into people's email. I don't give a crap what your reason is. I don't care that your reason is to see if people have a pirated copy. You cannot access my email with a program illegally. That's hacking. It's against the law. And yet, shockingly, people are jumping to FS Labs' defense, saying, and I quote, "If you have a legal copy, what are you worried about?" Huh? What am I worried about? What do you mean, what am I worried about? Have you lost your mind? What am I worried about? You're telling me that if I pay nearly $200 for an aircraft from FS Labs, that it's okay for them to access my email to verify that I don't have a pirated copy. Now, I understand having pirated software is crap. If you've got pirated software, don't come to me with it. Don't talk to me about it, because I'll report you. I think it's crap. Yes, they're way overpriced. Absolutely overpriced. It's ridiculous how overpriced they are. But pirating software, that's stealing, don't do it. Nonetheless, it's just as bad for FS Labs to hack into my email to determine whether or not I have a pirated copy. Excuse me? Who do you think you are hacking into my email? I don't give a crap if you want to make sure that I have a legal copy or not. You cannot legally hack into my email. That's against the law. In like every country in the world, that is against the law. That's called computer hacking. I'm sure there's a more refined term for it now, but it doesn't matter. You cannot hack into my email. Have you lost your mind? You've absolutely gone insane that you think it's acceptable, any company thinks it's acceptable to access my email. That's mine. So you can just go in and peruse through my email. Some of them are most likely personal emails too. What if I have business information in there that's critical information? What if the business information I have is protected information and you're not supposed to see it, and yet you can go and browse through my email to see if I've got an email from your company saying that I have a legitimate copy of your aircraft? You are out of your stinking mind. And people are bailing left and right. I mean, they're jumping ship from FS Labs, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame them one bit at all. I was already like way, like I was like, I was already not, I wasn't even going near FS Labs for P3D version 4. I have a copy of it because one of my subscribers was generous enough to donate a copy of it for me for FSX to do a full flight tutorial, and I did it, and I have that copy, and it's a legal copy. He purchased it for me. It's a legal copy, right? And it was already overpriced at the time. Absolutely ridiculous price, but Okay, so then FS Labs, they did the same crap that PMDG did. Oh yeah, we had to do all these updates for P3D version 4, although everybody else who released their aircraft and stuff for free for P3D version 4 had to do the same updates. But no, it's so much work for you and your company that you're not just gonna charge money for it, you're gonna charge more money for it. PMDG went full throttle, full retard on it and said, oh, we're going to charge double the price because, and I quote, not a direct quote, but PMDG says that we drive the market. The market drives the price. Excuse me, the market drives the price? You've lost your mind and you are clearly out of touch with the people who use your product. Okay, you drive the price, and you know you drive the price, and you're being greedy about it. And FS Labs did the same thing. So I was like, well, I'm not spending that money on it. I'm not. It's a good aircraft. I agree it's a good aircraft. But I'll tell you right now, if somebody were to donate it to me, I still wouldn't take it now. I wouldn't take that aircraft as a donation. And you know why I wouldn't take it as a donation? Because they can access my computer. What's Drew saying down here? It was just not email. It was any website that you had passwords and username in Chrome? Are you kidding me? So they can access my bank accounts? That's what you're telling me? They can access my bank accounts. If I save the passwords or usernames, they can access my bank accounts. That is absolutely disgusting. That has got to be one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life from a company. Who does FS Labs think they are? That's what I really want to know. This really ticks me off. Who do they think they are? And they want to justify it. Oh, well, if you don't have a pirated copy, it shouldn't be a problem. Excuse me, you bet your butt it's a problem. You can darn well guarantee it's a problem. You cannot access my accounts for your measly... You know what? What a load of crap. Shame on FS Labs. Absolutely shame on you for being so disgusting and then trying to justify it. And I'm going to tell you right now, okay, because I guarantee somebody hearing this is going to say the same load of nonsense. Well, if you've got a legal copy. I don't have a legal or an illegal copy, and I never will now. I never will now. Even at this point, even if they remove that, which it's my understanding that everybody's like, you've lost your mind, and they're like, well, too bad for you. What? Okay, that's a lawsuit, first of all. But even if they remove it now, even if they say, okay, we were wrong, we're sorry, that's no longer in there, I wouldn't touch that thing. I wouldn't touch it. No way on earth will I ever. In fact, I'm going to uninstall it from FSX. I'm going to uninstall it from FSX. I will never fly FS Labs again. Ever. Ever. That is the most despicable, underhanded, dirty thing that I've ever heard of from a software development company for flight simulation. And that's saying a lot when you consider what PMDG did with doubling their prices and trying to justify it, saying, oh, the market drives the price. Yeah, whatever, you're full of crap. Market didn't drive anything. You drove the price up because you're greedy. And they make amazing aircraft, don't get me wrong. The aircraft are astounding. I fly them. Everybody knows I fly them. Right? Because they're the best thing going for Boeing aircraft. There's no doubt about it, hands down. I love PMDG's aircraft, but I despise the company's practice. I absolutely do. And that's not against individuals in the company, because I don't know who came up with that idea, but you know somebody sat there and said, oh, they're rubbing their hands together saying, check this out. When we release for P3D version 4, we'll just charge double the price. We'll just charge double the price. And everybody's like, yay! I don't know if everybody thought that was a good idea, but I guarantee everybody who had to buy it's pissed off. You already had to buy it again anyway. Yeah, exactly, Cody. All of a sudden they're going to lock up your systems, and now you're going to get ransomware in there. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Jeez Louise, man. Absolutely out of this world. Most disgusting thing I couldn't even imagine being that disgusting. To be honest with you, I'm just being perfectly honest. I am not the best person in the world by any means. I've done terrible things in my life. But this is just, talk about a new low. And what boggles my mind, what absolutely boggles my mind, thank you, Fishy, I'll check Twitch here in just a second, guys. What boggles my mind is that you've got customers absolutely jumping on board saying, well, I don't see what the problem is. Okay, when your bank account's empty, then come talk to me. Oh, FS Labs wouldn't do that. Well, how do you know? They already snuck a program in there that accesses your passwords and stuff like that. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me they wouldn't do that. They violated 84 countries' privacy laws. The company could face up to 34 counts of charges on this account. United States, Germany, and England have jail time. You know what? And I say go after them, J-Dash. I say go after them, and I think the company should be dismantled. That is disgusting to me. Absolutely disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach. Over here on Twitch, Vetter says the same CEO of FS Labs worked on the PMDG MD11, and if you use the wrong serial number, it would break your FSX installation. I thought that the CEO, or I thought that the guy who did the PMDG MD11 went over to, what's it called? TFDI. I thought he went over to TFDI, not FS Labs. But you are right, with the MD11, if you had the wrong serial number, it would mess up your FSX installation. And with that PMDG MD11, if you don't fly it regularly, it drops your registration, and then you have to reinstall it and re-register it. No, by the way, if you don't still have your copy of it somewhere, you can't get it from PMDG anymore. And they're like, well, too bad for you. What is with these companies? Where do these companies get off treating people like this? They're like, well, we got the best thing going, so too bad for you. We don't give a crap what you want. We don't care what you need. We don't care. Let's put it down realistically. We don't care what our customers think or need. If you want the product, you're going to pay the money and you're going to deal with what we dish out, and too bad for you. Well, FS Labs, I got news for you. I hope that people file lawsuits against you until your company is completely dismantled. And I hope that whoever came up with this plan gets jail time, because you should be ashamed of yourself for that. And if you disagree with me, hey, you want to hit unsubscribe, you can do that. I've got people, you know, who don't like things I put on my channel, and well, I'm just going to unsubscribe. Listen, okay? I don't have a massive amount of subscribers. I got 6,100 subscribers because you people are awesome. You people are loyal to me. If you don't like the way I do things, you don't have to stay subscribed to my channel. And I'm telling you right now, though, if you are in agreement with what FS Labs did, you need to maybe take a step back and really think about what that means. I get it. Piracy is crap. It's disgusting, and I don't think people should do that either. Okay? If you're pirating software, don't come to me with it, because I will report you to the company. Okay, I don't believe in theft, but what FS Labs is doing, that's piracy too. That is piracy, people. They are hacking into your accounts. They are hacking into your accounts. I don't care what their reason is. That's piracy. That is illegal, and it is a violation of privacy laws. And I say shame on that company. Shame on you, FS Labs, and I hope your company gets absolutely torn to pieces for it. I really do. It's absolutely ridiculous. J-Dash says, you had a problem with the DC-6 on X-Plane. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is PMDG's gone this route all of a sudden where it's like, you know, we'll get to you when we get to you. Now, that's not always the case. To be fair, when I first started using P3D version 4, I bought the 777 right away. And I had a problem with it. And I contacted PMDG, and they got back to me quickly. So it's not always that bad on the customer service. But I still say, you know, PMDG got really greedy. They got really greedy. But sometimes their customer service is good, sometimes it sucks. Peter Mathis is here. Welcome, Peter. Hey, if you guys haven't had a chance, check out Peter's channel. He's got a great little channel going on YouTube. So hop over and take a look at his channel. And that reminds me, Captain United's got a channel as well. And then oh, my brain just went completely blank. Oh, Joe A's got the racing thing going on. You can check out the channels for that as well. You guys, make sure you hop over there. For those of you who don't know, maybe you're new to the channel, something like that, just a reminder to you guys, on my channel, we're all about supporting other channels. All right? This is not a let me see how many subscribers I can get and who I can step on along the way, unlike some YouTube channels that are dedicated to flight simulation where they just walk all over everybody. That's not how we do business around here. And we've got a lot of great folks that come on here from other channels. Peter Mathis is one of them. Joe's one of them, and so is Cody, Captain United. Those guys have some great channels too. Check them out. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on their channels. Leave suggestions down in their comment sections on their videos so that they know how to make improvements if they're needed, and so on. Erase all of my passwords from Chrome because of this. Had no idea. You didn't know about this, John? Oh man, it blew me away when I heard it. I started look. I didn't look into it a lot because I'm just like, it's ridiculous. What is shade throwing? Baker, Joshua Baker. Donald, welcome. Is what you think it's because I'm a streamer, J-Dash, that they? I don't think so. Because I don't register my products under my YouTube channel name. I register my products under my real name. So I don't think that they know. I don't think that it was different because I'm a streamer. I can tell you that, to be fair, Black Box I think treats me a little different because I specifically went to them and said, hey, I'd like to get a hold of your A320 and, you know, run it on my channel, on my YouTube channel. And I think that they took a look at that, and so that they probably gave me a little bit of preferential treatment. But even before that, I had their wide body series, and I never had a problem with Black Box as far as their customer service goes. Now I have to admit, you know, it's just way too slow as far as their updates are concerned. I mean, I can't even fly my wide body series anymore because all of a sudden it doesn't work. So I don't know. If I contact them, I'm sure they'll help me sort out the issue. But I'm just kind of, to be honest, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. I'm a little fed up waiting on Black Box to get to it. Now, in their defense, and again, they've always treated me well, and so, you know, I want to make note of that because I know some people have had problems with them. But in their defense, I think it's a father and son team who work regular jobs too. So I don't know. That's a toss-up. You know, I view it kind of like my YouTube channel. I haven't hardly done anything in the last 3 weeks because life has kept me super busy, right? So what am I supposed to do about that? How am I supposed to? Oh, my brain just went blank. You know, how do I balance my channel? Did we pass top of descent already? We probably did. How do I balance my channel with, you know, real world, right? And so I think they're, you know, to be fair, they're kind of doing the same thing with their Airbus series. My brain went blank because I'm looking at this trying to figure out where's my top of descent at. I don't think it ever showed up in there. I don't recall seeing it. Do you guys? Let's look at the VNAV. VNAV. It doesn't tell us anything, right? Yeah. And the progress page doesn't tell us either. It'd be nice if it told us, hey, distance to top of descent, but it doesn't. And I look on here, I mean, we're, what are we? We're 90 miles out. I think we should be on descent already, shouldn't we? Let's go ahead and get it down to 12,000 because that's where we're going to have to go next anyway. So I'm going to scroll this down to 12,000 and start my descent. And then I'll get back over to the comments here because I saw Peter put a comment in there. Okay, there's 12,000 feet. We're going to leave it on, we're going to use the speed mode, right? And so by clicking on that, that automatically put it where we're at right now. And then all I have to do is if I reduce throttle, it'll start to descend to maintain that speed. And then we change how much throttle we add or subtract in order to maintain the speed we want. Okay, let me take a look over here. Peter asked for a full refund of the FS Labs A320. It's not a bad add-on at all, but that whole issue plus the performance hit for me decided it for me. I still look forward to their Concorde though. Yeah, so for me, Peter, I will never run FS Labs products again. Unless I have no choice. I guess I shouldn't say never because I feel like I have an obligation to, well, I do have an obligation to my subscribers and my sponsors and stuff, and so if there's a big push on my channel to run it, then I'll run it. But I would prefer not to, I can tell you that for certain. Peter says, since I was on your stream last time, Mac, I've gotten more used to the CRJ I'm liking. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot too. I am. I'm definitely liking it a lot. It's a good little airplane. It's a shame it took so long to come out. Yeah, see, that rate of descent's way too fast. So I'm bringing throttles back up a little bit because I don't want to get to 12,000 feet quite that fast. So what'll happen here is when it gets up here to 290 where the speed is set, and I could adjust that speed if I want. We need to be at, what was it? Max speed was 280, I think. Let's pop this up real quick. Yeah, 280. So if I bring that speed down a little bit to 280, you'll see the aircraft will bring the nose up to slow down. And we can pull the throttles back just a wee bit there. Yeah, I hope to get over to X-Plane and do some work over there eventually, J-Dash. I can tell you that my plan is to build a new PC, which I was going to use tax refund to do it, but I'm not getting what you'd call a tax refund. I'm going to get back about 10 bucks. So that's not going to cut it. So I'm going to work on buying the components a little at a time through the year. And, come on, brain function. And then once I've got all the components, hopefully by the end of the year I'll be able to build a new rig, and when I do, it's going to have 3 SSDs in it, one for DCS, one for P3D, and then one for X-Plane. And so I'm kind of holding off anyway because X-Plane is supposed to have a really good MD-11 that gets released. So once the 787 gets released for P3D version 4 and the MD-11 gets released for X-Plane, I have no longer any use for FSX, at which time I can just dump it all together. So yeah, see, so they say they've taken it out of the 320. I don't, you know, Peter, do you know perhaps how it was discovered? I'm curious about that. Curious how it was discovered that it was in the A320, because the fact of the matter is they might say they took it out, but they haven't. You know what I mean? Joshua, man, that is one heck of a complex airplane, that MD-80 from Mad Dog. I have it for FSX, and I don't even think I ever did a full flight tutorial on it. To be perfectly honest with you, if somebody donates that Mad Dog to me, I will do a full flight tutorial and I will make use of it. But I don't see myself purchasing it, at least not in the near future. You know, money's always an issue, right? Everybody knows that. It's the same issue for everybody. So if I can get, you know, financially, if I reach a point where I can afford it and everybody's looking for it, then I'll definitely do it. Otherwise, short of somebody donating it, you're not likely to see it on my channel for a while. Yeah, Peter. You just heard people. Does anybody know how the malware thing from FS Labs was discovered? Like who discovered it and how they discovered it and all that? I'm going to back these throttles off just a hair to increase my rate of descent a little bit. We never did a descent checklist. I apologize for that. Landing elevation was set. Fuel is checked. TCAS, I seem to have issues getting it to work. I haven't seen another airplane anywhere. We should see tons of them around Dallas. Radar is required. Terrain display is required. Again, I've got those turned on, but nothing seems to show up on here, so I'm not sure on that either. And maybe I'm missing something, so if you guys know, tell me in the comments there. Landing data is not set yet, actually. Let's go and shrink this down. Let's jump over here to Dave. Here's our landing data, right? So these are our V speeds for landing data. Let's go ahead, and if we look over here, there's nothing in there right now. We set them. I usually click them twice because for whatever reason you seem to need to, and I don't even know if it set them or not. Set landing data. So maybe they're in there, maybe they're not, but we'll leave this page up as a reference as well. But we're looking at a VREF of 132 knots. So that should be our landing speed, which means our approach speed should be what, 5 knots higher? So 137 on our approach. So that's what we'll try to maintain, 137. Approach briefing, we did complete that, so we're good on that. And then the next thing will be the approach checklist, which we got a few minutes before we need to worry about that, I think. So one thing I want to keep an eye on here, let's zoom this back out one. So you can see it looks like it comes over here and then comes back over here. And so as we get a little closer, probably what we'll do is we'll cut out whatever's after Auric and go straight to, let me look over here on my chart, straight to Grooch, which is going to be out here. So we'll probably cut that corner right there because I don't want to go here and then come back. That's just ridiculous. There's no point in that. So just keep that in mind. We may do that when we get a little closer. Rotate MD-11. The program is on hold the last time I heard. It was discovered in a config file lab email. It appeared on a Reddit thread first. It was discovered on AvSim. Matt Davies was involved in some capacity. Labeled in the config file as email. So it looks like maybe a few people sort of came to the conclusion all at once. Something to that effect. Josie, you live at Saba Island? That's pretty cool, man. So I forget who did the scenery for that. So I've got Saba and what's the other one? The real famous one over there. I can't think of it. But it all came with Princess Juliana Airport, and I can't find it now, and I can't find in my emails who I got it from so that I can load it in. So I'll look again, and eventually, if I don't find it, then eventually I'll just purchase it again. I'd rather not, but let's go ahead and slow this speed down a little bit. What's our altitude? Yeah, our altitude's a little high. Let's get the speed down to 240, and then once we hit 240, we'll go ahead and back those throttles off a bit and increase our rate of descent, because we're descending real slow right now anyway. So yeah, you can see here, in fact, it looks like there's a route discontinuity there even. So we're going to go from Auric straight to Grooch, right? So if I pop this up, you can see there's Auric, right? And so we've got Carbs comes next, and then Vectors, and then Grooch. And the reason the Vectors are in there, so it's not a discontinuity, is because we got to come back this way. Well, we might as well just go from Auric to Grooch, right? So just click on the line select key next to Grooch, go back here, and put it in the next waypoint after Auric. So we put it right there, and you can see the dotted line right there. It tells us that it's a direct route now. We'll execute it, and that gets rid of that other one altogether. And that'll take care of business for us. We do need to get down to 12,000. We're way too high right now. Let's see where our speed's at. Let's go ahead and bring these throttles back quite a bit, because we're still at 20,000 feet. It's not wanting to descend now, so what I need to do is I need to slow down. Cody had to run to the kitchen. Fly Tampa, Saba, and St. Bart's. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the one I have, Joshua, but for some reason I can't seem to find my email on it. So I believe it is Dog Tag. And that's what I have, is Fly Tampa, St. Martin, but for some reason I can't seem to find it. So until I find it, we're kind of up a creek on that one, right? Okay, you can see our rate of descent is starting to pick up just a little bit here now. And I'm going to pull those throttles back a little more. I need to get down quicker. We're at 19,000 feet, and we got a ways to go here, because we need to be, let me see here, at Grooch we need to be at 4,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this altitude setting all the way down to 4,000 feet. Let's click altitude. Nope, we need to go back to speed. That's my bad. It's supposed to. What is that? That was not me. Let me pop this up so you guys can see it real quick. Oh, it was already popped up. Don't mind me. Okay, 4,000 feet. That's our intercept right there. So I've got it on speed hold right now, but see how... Okay, now it's starting to descend. It's because I clicked the altitude button. So it's starting to descend now, and it should try to maintain 240 knots. So we should get a really quick descent here. Let me check the weather again, make sure we're good. Weather says... Now it says 150... at 8 knots, which is a little frustrating, to be honest with you. I'll talk about that in a minute. 150 at 8 knots, and altimeter is 3007. So the reason that's frustrating is because on my on Active Sky, for those of you who are used to it, when you look at the forecast, you can forecast, like right now it's at plus 0 hours. I can forecast an hour out, 2 hours out, all the way up to 24 hours out. So I checked the 1 and 2 hour forecasts, and they were the same, and now it's substantially different. So, but the runway will remain the same, so that'll be fine. It's not going to affect us too much, but sometimes it'll be the complete opposite direction, which is really obnoxious. So we're below 18,000 feet now, so let's go ahead and set that altimeter setting. It's going to be 3007. There it is. And you guys probably can't see that. There you go. Now you can see it. Let's see. Matt Davies said his virus problem kept flagging his FS Labs config file, which he then discovered the file was labeled email, thus creating the FS Labs downfall. I don't know why that thing keeps jumping forward like that. Coffee. To a date finally being announced for the release of Aerosoft. Yeah, if I don't see some good updates on Black Box pretty soon, then I'll go to Aerosoft when they release. 747, does it also require the hotmem fix 1 installed into its config file? I honestly don't know, Cody. What I would do is I would just use their what do they call it, what's that, the PMDG operations center. Use that for any updates for that aircraft. Yeah, it's a separate FS2 crew. I went away from FS2 crew. I was using it for a little while, and I got to be honest with you, I felt like it it took too much away from flying the aircraft. I really didn't, you know, that was an issue for me. So I'm gonna roll these throttles way back, guys, because we're going way too fast. We're descending too slow is what we're doing here. Okay, because we're only let me pop this up so you can see it. And that's 10 miles. We're less than 20 miles from where we're supposed to be at 4,000 feet. So yeah, I'm bringing throttles to 0. Let's get this airplane down, and let's take a look at our approach checklist. Altimeters need to be set. They are APU and bleed set. I think the APU is supposed to come on. So let's go ahead and let's open the APU up and start it. Maybe. Continuous ignition will be on as well. There's the APU spinning up there. Lights and passenger signs. We're not quite below 10,000 feet yet, but I'm going to throw them on because I know I'm going to forget if I don't. So we're just going to throw them all on, and we're good to go on that. Okay, so you can see we're coming in here pretty quick. We're descending at a pretty good rate. However, let's go ahead and throw some spoilers out there. Full spoilers, and what that's going to do is that's going to slow the aircraft down, and of course we're on the speed mode, so the aircraft's going to descend faster to try and maintain 240 knots, right? And what I can do is I can even bring this, let's bring this down to 220. There we go. And so it's going to slow its rated descent in order to meet 220 knots. But once it meets it, it's going to start descending quickly again. Remember, the less distance we cover horizontally, the more we cover vertically over that distance. And that's why I'm trying to slow down. So the boy's doing pretty good, dog tag. He had a real rough morning, and then for a little while here while we were streaming, he was doing pretty good, and he's back to being on the couch, not feeling so well. So, and Mama's got to head out here in a little while, and I need to keep an eye on him. That's why I stayed home from work today. So, but tomorrow we're good to go. I'll be back at work, and you guys won't see me again until the weekend probably. The Constellation. Man, I need to. That's another one. So I've met J-Dash. I've mentioned this before. You may have heard it. I know most of you have. I fly so many different aircraft that sometimes it's really difficult to keep up because there's so many different procedures. So I definitely need to. I need to re-familiarize myself with that one and fly it again because I like it. Mac Air, nice, fantastic, Cody. Yeah, he flies for United Virtual as well. Way to go, Dog Tag. Dog Tag is the CEO of a virtual airline, but he hangs out with us too. After running a scan on the installer. Man, that's just craziness. With that FS Labs, that's just out of this world, isn't it? Hey, I appreciate that, Dog Tag. Thank you very much. And for anybody who's praying for my son, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I prefer you not to advertise your other VA, but I don't care if it gets mentioned, Cody. I appreciate your support of this channel and your support of Mac Air, so I'm not overly concerned about it. Let's see here. We need to set our nav radio, don't we? I may end up just flying this by hand. Where's nav? That's VNav. We don't do radios on here at all, do we? I think it's just down here. So nav 1 is supposed to be 110.55. Come on. So let's go 110.55. There we go, and then we'll switch them. Nope, wrong thing. 110.55, not 60. Now let's switch them. How do I switch them? It's not working. It's not switching. What'd I do wrong? Return. I'm almost at 4,000 feet too. There we go, 110.55. Woo! Okay, let's get those spoilers out. And let's hit the approach switch. And let's start bringing our speed down. Remember, it's not an auto throttle. I'll pop this up so you guys can see it. Okay, localizer and glide slope are both armed. Watching that speed closely. There we go, localizer is captured. Glide slope should be captured shortly. Need that speed to come down more. She's light. We're looking good, looking good. No dirt runway today as far as I know, Fishy. We'll see. Okay, there's that speed starting to come down a little bit. Come on down. And what's our reference speed supposed to be? It is... Let's just hop down here. 137. Let's set that on the speed here so that I don't have to look over there again. There we go. 137. Looking good. Let's go ahead and get that first setting of flaps in. We should be on glide slope any minute now. And I'm leaving this up for you guys for the moment. We'll just let her get locked onto that ILS. You can see the diamond moving down there. Looking good. Speed's coming down nicely. We'll have to back the throttles off a little more once we hit that glide slope. Little crosswind there, not too bad. Just waiting on the glide slope now. Let's go ahead and get that next setting of flaps in. And bring in just a little throttle so she doesn't slow down too fast. No auto brakes on this. Take a look at our before landing checklist. Flight attendant's been advised passenger signs are on. Thrust reversers need to be armed. That's these guys down here again. Arm those. There's the glide slope. She should start descending on her own now, hopefully. Landing gear is not down yet, but we can go ahead and lower it. It's captured the glide slope, but it's not on it yet. That's why it's not descending. And then flaps, we'll go to full flaps as needed, right? So just waiting for it to descend on this glide slope. There we go. Now she's starting to descend. Alright, track hour coming on, big jump. Boom. There it is. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring those throttles back some more. And we're looking good. We've got the runway in sight. Work those flaps in a little bit more. Next setting of flaps coming in. Do we arm these spoilers? I don't know. I don't think we do. You don't arm the spoilers, so I don't even know if they get used. They should get used in the landing though, right? Speed is coming in nicely. Start to bring in just a little throttle here. Just letting her get set. There we go. Speed's got to come down a little bit more, and then we'll be good to go. My head's like a little cockeyed here, isn't it? Let me recenter the view with track IR here. Yeah. There we go. Kind of. It looks like my my view with the #1 key there is off a little bit. Let me turn my hat. There we go. Alright, last setting of flaps coming in. Speed coming down nicely. Little crosswind there. Letting it do its thing. Last setting of flaps means lots of thrust. As you can see, we're right on our speed there. There we go. We got to watch that speed closely. It's a little touchy. Boy, that's quite the crosswind we got going there, huh? There's the autopilot off. And in we go. It's trying to climb on me for some reason. There we go, that's a little better. Speed's looking pretty good, yeah? Yeah, pretty much spot on. Doing good with the speed. Maybe just a skosh high. No, we're spot on. Everything's looking good. Scenery looks a little crummy. Let's go ahead and get her over here. Just a little bit. She turns a little slow. I think maybe I need to readjust my yoke a little bit there, huh? Looking good though. Frame rate's got a little low there. It's kind of disturbing. I'm not seeing any other aircraft, which is a little crazy, to be honest with you. But whatever. I know I've got them turned on. I can tell you that for sure. Maybe we'll see them once we're on the ground here. Everything's looking good. And it looks like we drifted a little there. My bad. Looks like Greg Joyner's on there. Nice to have you here, Greg. Thanks for joining us. Greg is also a sponsor of the channel. Please give him a special thank you down below. We're looking good here, Cody. I'm on target. Moved her just a hair to the right, but we're alright. Get just a tiny bit low there. There we go. Looking good. Not too bad.
18 left.
Yeah, the wind's kind of shifting around a little bit. That's a long, slow approach though, isn't it?
5.
Yeah, we got just a little low there.
Light slow.
Yeah, I know. Be quiet.
Light 400.
Just gonna keep saying that.
Light slow.
Hush. We know. We're barely below it.
300.
Almost touching down.
200.
Now we're a little high, of course. Alright, let's see if we can grease it, guys.
100.
Oh, that guy pulled on right in front of us. Look at you, you jerk. We went right over the top of him.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Come on. Nice and easy. Minus 32 feet per minute. Reverse thrust coming in. Maybe. Or maybe not. Not like we need it. We got a 12,000 foot runway here. Let's apply a little brakes. Nice. Take this exit right here. There we go, not too shabby. Let's get her off the runway. Nice greaser there. Sure, Alex will be proud. He won't report me to the FAA. Not today. Bring her to a nice easy stop. Track hour coming off for a minute. Big jump. There we go. Let's go and get the landing lights off. I'd use GSX to bring us in, but that ain't gonna happen. After landing check, APU is on. Transponder is supposed to go to standby. So transponder, I guess we'll just turn it off. Works for me. Moving on, flaps need to come up, of course. Bring those all the way up. I don't think spoilers came out. We didn't get any reverse thrust, which is really weird. But it is what it is. Lights and strobes is required. We forgot to turn strobes off. There we go. Strobes are off. And then probe can come off. Let's jump up top here. Probe heats can come off. I guess they turned themselves off? I turned them on earlier, right? Maybe I turned them back off. Any ice can come off. And I think we're good to go to taxi in. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of that landing? What did Cody call? Let's see. Who called it? Let's see. Get that Fly the Mad Dog MD-80. I will populate the runway once you get closer. Yeah, you ain't kidding, are you? Yeah, it's always something, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous the way it works. I did butter it though. Fishy called minus 100. I got minus 32. Pretty close. Nope, no going around for me. None on that one. I don't have time to go around. I gotta watch the boy. He's still sick, remember? Clear of the active. Yeah, I'm clear of the active. I did land over a plane on the runway. I went right over the top of him, as a matter of fact. That's his fault, though, not mine. Not my fault at all. I'm just waiting to see somebody subscribed or something on there. I'm just waiting for it to pop up because it's taking absolutely forever. There it is. Looks like it says, that guy. I think is what it says. That guy just described. Subscribe. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Track hour coming on, big jump. There we go. And we're going to go pick us out a gate over here. Get a little thrust in there, maybe. Now you see aircraft all over the place, but for some reason we weren't getting any while we were flying, were we? That was ridiculous. I have no idea why that was. Oh well, is what it is. Now when we were in Joplin, the plane wanted to move. Like, I had the thrust all the way back, and it was cooking right along on the taxi. And now, if I pull the thrust back, the throttles back, it just comes to a stop. Figures, huh? Steve Gates is here. Hello, Steve. Great to have you here. You joined us right near the end, but you should be able to go back and take a peek. And just so everybody has a reminder, hold on, let me see where I'm going here. I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way, right? Yep. Just as a reminder to everybody, this will be uploaded as a video probably later today. It takes a little while to process, but I'll make sure that it gets uploaded. All the traffic, all of a sudden our frame rates are down a little bit, aren't they? But anyway, yeah, it'll be a video later. I'm going to have to get this thing parked and get off of here so that I can keep an eye on my son. For those of you who came in a little late, he's super sick. Poor kid, I feel terrible for him. He's got a condition where his lungs are spasming, and it creates a situation where he could end up with a collapsed lung. Not fun. So for those of you who are the praying type, I really appreciate all prayers. We know that the Lord will take care of him, and we just will continue to pray as well. But thank you all for your support and prayers. I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate everybody jumping on here. We'll get her parked over here. We'll get the engines shut down real quick. We will not go all the way to cold and dark because I am out of time at this point. I was basically scheduled for 2.5 hours, and we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes, and pretty much need to wrap it up here. So, but I appreciate everybody hopping on here. I really do. We've had a lot of folks come on. We've been upwards of 30-something viewers at a time, which is just fantastic. I really appreciate that. Your guys' support is always amazing. Thank you to all of my sponsors. Several of them are on here right now. Fishy Gaming, Cody from Captain United is on here. Greg Joyner's on here. Tons of them are on here. It's fantastic, and I love that. My sponsors, for those of you who don't know, they're folks who donate a little bit of money every month to the channel as a sponsor, which is really just amazes me. I'm always impressed and humbled by that. So thank you very much once again. And for those of you who didn't take an opportunity, please say thank you to all the sponsors that are on the channel today. Just thank them for their support of the channel. It makes things possible. And keep in mind, one more time, tomorrow I'm going to take a full count of the sponsors. We're at 11 right now. Anybody who is officially a sponsor as of tomorrow and is also still a sponsor, there's a way for me to check it just so you guys know, but is also still a sponsor on June 1st, I think I said? Yep, June 1st. Will be eligible for our semi-annual giveaway. So, and I will get in touch with all the sponsors, or try to, or maybe I'll just do it in a video, but I'll try and get information from the sponsors on what you guys think would be a good giveaway. Let's keep the cost reasonable. I'm not rich. But we'll try and do a good giveaway for the sponsors. And keep in mind, once we get, I forget what the next number is, but when we reach, I think it's probably 25, but when we reach the next level of sponsors, then we're going to have a quarterly giveaway, and then the next level of sponsors after that will take us to a monthly giveaway, I believe. I think that's how I did it. Or maybe it's an annual right now, and then quarterly at the, or semi-annual at the next one. I have to go back and take a look. I put it all, I wrote it all down somewhere so that I wouldn't forget, and then I forgot where I wrote it down. So I'll find the information. But one way or another, we're going to do a giveaway in June. And then if it's an annual giveaway right now, then that'll be the only one for this year unless our sponsors go through the roof between now and then. Track hour coming off, a little jump. So if our sponsors go up really high between now and then we will do another giveaway this year. But for now, anybody who's an official sponsor as of tomorrow and is still a sponsor on June 1st will be eligible for our giveaway, whatever that may be. Alright, so just keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, that's that. So let's take a look at our shutdown check here real quick. Chocks and brakes, I'm not worried. I put the brakes on. I'm not worried about the chocks. Electric set, fuel. We're not doing the fuel check, valve test. Thrust levers need to go to shut off though. The APU is on, so to shut them off, you click this guy. Come on. Maybe? There we go. And then you got to pull the throttle down. I probably should have done engine 2 first, since now I have to move over here to do engine 2. So you got to click this one when it pops up, pull the throttle down, and that's how you shut down the engine. See? And then leave it alone until it goes away, because if you touch it again, then they come back on. That's the throttle lock is what that is there, guys. That's going to shut down the engines for us. Obviously, GSX is not working, so we won't be deboarding passengers or anything like that. I just want to take one more opportunity to thank you guys. I will not forget about the kitten for Ray Lynn. Thank you, J-Dash. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and get back to doing more live streams again. Busyness has slowed down a bit, so hopefully this next weekend I'll get some more on there. Yeah, so that's a good idea, actually, Cody. Send me an email. Let's get that squared away before we put that out there, okay? I'm here as much as I can. Well, we always appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've ranted about GSX before. I'm not even going to bother right now. It's just a pain in the butt. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this one, folks. If you haven't already done so, several of you did during this live stream, please smash the subscribe button. We're over 6,100 subscribers at this point, and I appreciate every one of you very much. Let me change this to cinematic view here. Hopefully it's not too loud where you guys can't hear me. But I'm really grateful for all that you, for all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome. I love you all very much. And don't forget to follow us over on Twitch. We had a couple folks watching over there. I'm trying to keep up with it. There's 3 folks on there right now. Let's see, Vetter had a couple more comments on there. He says, I don't like PMDG's people that I have dealt with. They make you feel like a total idiot for asking newbie questions. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there, Vetter, and I think we've all dealt with that issue as well. And I just think it's ridiculous. But, you know, you can always come on here, especially during live streams, and feel free to ask any questions in here. Folks will not treat you like a noob or treat you like crap in here, because if they do, they're going to hear from me, and I will kick people off my channel if they treat people like garbage in here. I don't like it. So, but thank you all. Thanks for hopping over on Twitch. Don't forget you can follow us over there at Captain Mac 3588. If you're interested in donating to the cause for my new throttle here, you can see there's a link in the description down below. You can donate, just follow that link and you can donate there. And that's going to wrap it up, folks. Again, I really do appreciate it. And as always, keep the blue side up, unless otherwise instructed by ATC. God bless you all, and have a fantastic day.